I'm working with the incomparable Katie Noonan, incredible singer, very talented musician, and of course, composer. And she introduced me to this amazing young Brisbane producer by the name of Callan Alexander, who has worked as a DJ, an electronic producer. Instead of just relying on my own creative thoughts and processes, all three of us have been contributing to where we're going to take this work. So then we had this framework that we understood the length of each section, and so then Callan was able to go away and start writing music, knowing how long he had to pace certain sections for.
For me, music and the live music and the moving body is a beautiful, sumptuous thing that is meant to be together. The music was not created just for the sake of music, it's created for the dancers and it's created for Amy's imagination. So we had to fulfill a purpose. Thankfully, Amy was extremely clear and very respectful, and Cal and Amy and I kind of went back and forth, actually for a few months, working on how to make it work for everybody.
I guess I feel as a choreographer and as a dancer that I am very much the sum total of all of the people that I've ever worked for and with. I feel the influence of all my past collaborations in my work. I guess even though my concepts and my way of working may be considered quite contemporary, because I tend to really draw on the skill sets of the people in front of me, if the people I'm working with are exquisitely trained ballet dancers, I'm going to draw on that ballet technique quite heavily, but just sit it in my more contemporary framework. I tend to steer very clear of narrative. I feel my work best talks about these sort of big issues by exploring worlds or feelings. So my choreographic process always starts with the concept of the piece, and then from there I tend to paint myself the emotional storyboard, so the flow of where I want the piece to drive the audience. And once I've built that emotional storyboard and I know the worlds that I want to inhabit, I then start to give myself just words and ideas and images, just my drivers for my choreographic process. And then I start playing with movement off the back of those drivers. I do a bit of improvisation and task work on myself to find the flavour that I would like to examine. And then I start sharing that with the dancers. And then I may set them some small choreographic tasks to see how they exercise their creativity. As a choreographer, I pay a lot of attention to the emotional journey of the music. And so often when the music has a real build, I'm very cognizant of that, and I try and pattern and choreograph in reflection of that. Obviously, I also use contrast sometimes choreographically. When the music gets really big, I might go the other way and actually become quite intimate and small. You see